Hey, Steve Stine here. Thank you so much for joining me. In this video, what we're going to be doing is looking at Positive Grid's Riff audio interface. Basically, we're going to be looking at it. Most importantly, we're going to be listening to it, and we're going to see just how easy and powerful this thing is to use. All right, so let's start off by looking at the interface itself. So obviously, it's quite small. It's really easy to travel with, yet it's heavy. It's really well built, and it's very simplistic. Now, you can make this more complicated if that's what you're looking for. For me, that's never my thing. I'd like it to be as easy as possible, and it really is that. So what I've done is I've simply plugged in my guitar into the input. I'm running out of the headphone out, and you could use the output on the back, whatever works for you. I'm just using the little 1/8 inch, so I'm running headphone out. And then I'm running into my iPad. Now, it needs to be powered by something. It doesn't just work on its own. So I've got it plugged into my iPad, and we're going to be looking at that. All right, so what makes this really cool is the Riff is made by guitar players over at Positive Grid. Some of them I know very well. And so what's most important for them is making it efficient, making it easy, and making it sound really good. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at using this with both Bias Effects 2 and Bias Amp 2, because it works with both of those once you've plugged it into your iOS, whether it's your phone or iPad or even your desktop. So if I open up Bias Effects 2 here, okay, what I can do is go to whatever sound I want. I've got it on Plexi Dirt right now. And you can use the Bias Effects 2 software that comes with the Riff. Now, I will tell you that you get a free version and you get these pop-ups quite frequently to upgrade. The beautiful thing about it is you can upgrade and get all of the amps that are in here. I think it's all of the amps anyway, for like $20, which is what I did. So basically I can switch, I can go over here and switch to whatever sounds I want. And then I can go through, and of course, just like the other software, that if you've ever used Bias Effects, this is Bias Effects on the iPad. So you can change up, the amps however you want. You can add any pedals if you want distortion, if you want delay or reverb or whatever it might be. You can set that all up. Again, this isn't affecting that at all. It's just allowing you to play through and then do what you need to do from there. So that's all it is. You can do the guitar match down here, if you know what that is, where you can turn it on and you can make instead of your guitar sounding like EMGs like I have now, I could make it sound like a Les Paul or a Strat or a Gretsch or whatever it is that I'd be interested in trying to do. So that's what that is. And if we go over here, right here, what you can do is you can use the auto gain feature over on the far left there and set it up. So if I hit that, okay, it's going to say to measure the input levels properly, you will need to play as you normally would. So I hit start and start playing. Okay, and what you'll notice is if we come back out to the Riff, is it used to be on an input of 10, now it's on an input of 0, okay? The output is still the same, direct monitoring is off, and direct monitoring is when you want to hear the actual sound of your guitar, which you wouldn't want to do if you were running it through something like this, because you want to hear the distortion sounds or whatever you're using, not just the dry guitar tone. And then you move over here. This is where you can get your jam tracks and start playing stuff. So click on a jam track and it'll play for you. And you can jam along with those. Whatever it is you want to do, Crazy Train, all these different things. You can look up songs on there. And then if you come over here to this one, this is where we've got our Riff. That's what we saw over on the other side. Okay, we've also got our metronome that we can set up. Okay, we've got a looper that we can use. Okay, now again, this is all the Bias Effects 2 software, which you may already be familiar with. Everything is already there. The Riff is just enabling you to play into there without anything else. You can literally just plug into the Riff and go. So that's what's pretty cool about running this into the iPad. Now, the other thing I could do is I could pull up Bias Amp 2. Let's go ahead and take a look at Bias Amp 2 here. So here we go, latency on low, we're good there. So again, I can just kind of choose whatever it is that I like in here. Okay, maybe I go to a crunch and head over here. So you can use it with any of this stuff and practice anytime you want, anywhere you're at, with your iPad or your iPhone or whatever you have. And I have no idea if, I don't think it works with Android, but I can't say for sure. I don't own any Android devices, but I don't think it does, but you might want to check with Positive Grid on that if it's something you're interested in. So you can see how this would work great for practicing, for when you're traveling, anything like that, any kind of recording, which is what we're going to do next. And it works for guitar, for acoustic, for bass, whatever. You can pull up sounds for any of those things, so it doesn't just have to be an electric guitar. You can use it for bass or acoustic as well. All right, so now what I want to do is show you the Riff running through my PC, my laptop, and I'm using Studio One. Now, in order to set this up, the most important thing you need to understand is that you have to download a driver from Positive Grid's website if you're running a PC. If you're running a Mac, you don't need to do that. All right, so now we're looking at the screen here, and what I want to show you, I'm going to go to the settings here, options, and what happens is for your audio device, now you might be using something other than Studio One, but you want to choose the Positive Grid USB audio device. That's what it'll be, okay? And once you got that, you're done. You're set up. So that's what I have, and I actually have an instance of Positive Grid Bias FX 2 loaded in here. So if I go to blues here, grab something else. Okay, whatever it is that you like for tones, right? It doesn't make any difference. Just find something that you like, and you've got a great tone coming through here you can record with. Okay, let's be honest, you can use other things. I mean, you don't have to use the Bias FX software. Once you're in your DAW or your DAW, you can use whatever you want. So that's the beauty of the Riff, is it allows you to do that. So hopefully that makes sense to you. I'm going to shut this here so you can see me. So we can use this Riff with a mobile device. We can use the Riff with a laptop, and we can get all these tones that we love, and it's very easy. All we do is plug our guitar in, run out into some sort of a speaker device, whether it's headphones, speakers, whatever it is that you're using, and then run it into your, again, your iOS device or your laptop or your desktop or whatever it is that you're using. But you have to remember, if you are using a Windows product that you, or a PC, you want to make sure that you get the driver as well so it installs correctly. So if that makes sense, have fun, check this thing out. I'm going to have a link available for you to check out the Riff and see if it's something that you're interested in. I know I have a lot of followers that are very interested in recording, but they get lost in what kind of audio interface and how many inputs and all that sort of thing. If you're a guitar player and you're just looking to try and have some practice, record whatever it is, the Riff is very, very easy to use. So take care, stay positive, and I'll talk to you soon, okay?